the next level.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Coach Tiffany Parra, Editor-in-Chief of Phoenix Fitness Fanatics Magazine, elevating your mind, body, and spirit. We are taking center stage on the Own It Publishing platform today with one of our contributing writers. Let me go ahead and bring her on in. Hey, good morning, Miss Dawn.
Good
How are you?
morning.
I am so excited to have you on the show this morning.
Thank you.
So just excited about having you on, just in the family, in the Own It and the Phoenix Fitness Fanatics Magazine family. We are just very blessed to have you. So thank you so much for joining me today and taking time to, reconnect with our audience. So just take a minute to share with our audience who you are and a little bit about what you do.
Okay, well, my name is Dawn Gregory, and I am an author. I'm also overseas. That's where I live right now. And I love writing. I love talking. I love being a part of this family. I'm excited. I'm very excited for the next steps for myself and for us as a collective.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Dawn. So how many books have you written?
I've actually written 5, and
Wow.
I just had a book released yesterday, actually.
Yes.
Thank you.
Look, everybody got to go out and get it. So let everybody know where they can get it real quick.
Okay, my books are on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, and I think they're on Walmart as well. And the one that I just released is called Finding Solace in Love.
Finding Solace in Love. So go out and get Finding Solace in Love by author Dawn Gregory. Get it today, y'all. Ooh, I love it. I love it. So out of those 5 books, Dawn, which one would you say is your favorite?
My favorite is Dusk Versus Dawn, which is actually light and dark, combining to become who I am as a person. And it was very therapeutic. It was also hard, but it came out really, really well, and it made me a better person to understand that, yes, I do have both light and dark within. I have to combine them both to be my authentic self. So it was it was a hard book to write, but it was very revealing to me as a person.
Wow. Because you got to dig in deep for that, right? And you're
Yeah.
right. I mean, we have both sides. I mean, it can't always be light, there has to be some darkness and some balance there. So that is just amazing. So look, all y'all go out and get all of Dawn's books. Okay, there's 5 and her favorite, From Dusk Till Dawn. All right. So how long have you been writing? Like when did you start? And why did you start? What was your inspiration behind starting to just, this writing process? Because it can be a little tough.
Oh yeah, it can be. I started writing very early on as a child, writing poetry. However, when I had the near-death experience, that's when all of this came together for me. It opened up another side within me that was being a vessel to receive words, and I write them down, and they are actually poetry, and they become books. So that's how my whole entire journey started. And I write every day.
You write every day.
Every
Wow.
single day. Whenever I get messages, I
Yeah.
hear them from within, and I write them down verbatim. As I hear the words, I write them down. I don't change it for my message. I write it down for the message that comes through me.
And and I think it's very important. See, and I know I don't write every single day, and I know I need to, but it is very important for us to get those words and get those downloads out, right? We should probably be
Yes.
journaling every day. I think we hear that from a lot of different people, a lot of those, leaders out there and people that are really kind of rocking and rolling and making things happen, that you have to journal and you have to get those things out.
Right. I journal for that purpose because I was given this gift and I honor it. I
Mhm.
also journal to get out whatever emotions that I may be feeling as well. I may have a down day and I'll just start journaling, and it shows me appreciation of who I am and what I have and what I'm doing to make the world better. So journaling is actually the best. I get it out on the paper,
Mhm.
and then I feel a much lighter. I also feel more connected to myself when I do write. So,
Yeah.
journaling to me is something that I started with every day, whether I'm just writing, I am grateful for, I am thankful for, or I
Yeah.
get into the writing that is sent to me for me to, share with the world. So,
Yeah.
writing is
Yeah.
important. It's
It
therapeutic. I mean, it really is.
It really is. So where's your favorite place to write? Like, is there a favorite place that you have? Have you created kind of a writer's, corner, or just a space for yourself to do your writing, or can you just write anywhere?
Because I receive messages, I can write anywhere, but I do love writing in my living room. I just sit on my couch, kind of like legs crossed, and
Yeah.
I'll have paper and pen, or if I'm sitting there, I may have my phone or my iPad, and whatever I receive, I write at that time. But I like for it to be quiet.
Yeah.
Um, I like to have just enough light so I can see,
Mm-hmm.
and me and the words.
Oh man, that's just tapping in, really and truly tapping in. So,
It
you
is.
know, as writers, we sometimes tend to get those blocks, I guess you could say. So, what do the words writer's block mean to you?
Writer's block has not happened to me ever because
Wow.
I received the words. I'm so open to receiving everything that is given to me, and I'm so thankful that I never have writer's block.
Wow. And so could you maybe give someone that, does have that block? Could you maybe give someone a little bit of just what, maybe they can do to kind of get over that? Because it sounds like you're getting in those messages and you're just so tuned in that it's just flowing. And, sometimes people do get those blocks. So is there anything that you can maybe give them that could help them to maybe get over that?
I think basically, for writer's block, if I had writer's block, I would just take blank pieces of paper and sit in silence, no music, just you, and just write whatever comes to you. It doesn't
Mhm.
have to make sense, but it's just you being open to the flow, open to the ideas, open to you speaking your truth, because that's basically what it is. So if you ever have writer's block, that's exactly what I would do. Just take blank pieces of paper. I wouldn't use anything electronic. I would just use a pen,
Yeah.
pencil, paper, and I would start from there.
I love what you said there too, that it doesn't need to make sense. Because I think a lot of times too, we get blocked because we're
Mhm.
trying to make it perfect already as it's coming out. We're already trying to find that flow. And I love that, yes, we can give ourselves permission just to write,
Yeah.
just to write. It doesn't have to be perfect. So thank you for that. That is
Yeah,
just
you're
amazing.
welcome.
So, what's the most valuable piece of advice that you have been given about writing?
Um, the most valuable piece of advice that I was given was as a young girl from my grandmother.
Yeah.
And she basically saw something within me, knowing that I was writing short stories, I was writing poetry, I was writing book reports. And she told me, um, not to read anyone else's poetry at that time. She told
Wow.
me never to read anyone else's poetry because she was honing what I had inside of me. which I didn't really know what it was.
Yeah.
But that was the advice that she gave me. It's weird because I really had never actually written a lot of the, or listened to a lot of the famous poets or read their words, because I was so stuck on the path that I was to have, so that I wouldn't emulate something that somebody had already written. I was supposed to be writing it from a pure and clear space within me. So that was the best advice that she gave me.
Wow. Now, looking at your journey now, and I'm sure that you're a writer, so I'm sure you read a lot as well. Who would you say now would be one of the most influential or inspirational authors to you today?
Today, I would say Maya Angelou, because I read a lot of her. I started reading a lot of her poetry. That's the one that I really gravitated to, because I liked how she took who she was, and the good and the not so good parts that people may say, but she combined that together to tell her story. And she never stood back or held anything back. It was basically who she was and who she is, and that it would last for forever. So I'm very thankful for that.
Yeah, Maya Angelou, she's one of my favorites as well. Like I said, she did definitely embrace the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. And, as some people, when they're, sharing their story, they tend to keep pieces out because they're afraid of what someone else is going to say, or what they're going to think, or if they're going to hurt feelings and things like that. But she was such a champion, she shared it. She shared her story, and, and it has just really just blessed us all, in her work. So she's just absolutely amazing. So thank you.
You're welcome.
So for someone that might be, wanting to write their story, they're on the fence, what's some words of wisdom, some words of encouragement that maybe you can give them to get them on the other side of that, so they can really be able to share their story, share their brilliance, and get that out to the world?
Well, if you have that desire to do it, my thing is just do it. Do not wait. One of my things was I was hoarding everything that I was writing.
Wow.
And I thought it was for me, but it wasn't. It was for me to give to others. So my advice would be just to start. It doesn't have to be that you're starting towards a book, but you are starting, and you get yourself in the habit of writing. And for me, again, I love paper and I love pen. I love to feel the words as I'm writing them down. It's easy for me to grab my iPhone or my iPad and record it, but it's not the same. You have to feel it within you to know that others will be able to understand what you're writing, and they will be able to feel you during the time that they're reading those words. So don't hesitate. It doesn't have to make sense in the beginning, because you're just getting yourself ready for the big deal, which is the book. But just start it. And then one thing that I will say, which I normally do for myself, is I never go back and read it once I write it. I let it flow. If I'm writing 10 pages of poetry, I will write 10 pages of poetry. And then when I get the notion of that's it for tonight, I'll close it, and then I'll continue. And then when I'm done, that's when I'll go back and read everything. And that's what gives me the title of the book. Sometimes I'll get the title first, but just start. I mean, if you start, you'll find that this is a beautiful journey. Don't worry about how many books you sell in the beginning or any time. Do it because it's your purpose and it's your passion, and that you really, really, really want to share your story with the world.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Dawn, you have definitely blessed us all with your works of art. And I just appreciate you, because you have been in a couple of my projects as well,
Yes.
sharing your story, sharing your brilliance. And it's just amazing to work alongside with you. You're just such a light. So I really want thank you so much for joining us today. Coming in and just doing a little check-in. We always want to do a little check-in with our contributing writers and see, what they're doing, because you guys are always doing such amazing stuff out there. I mean, you're just rocking and rolling. So you're just a rock star. So thank you again for joining us today, sharing a little bit about what you're doing. What is next? I know you just launched one book. So what is next for you? If you could share that with the audience.
Well, it's very strange for me, but I write several books at one time.
Okay.
So I have another book that's completely done that I'm going to put out too, but I just want to get this one to get its legs first. And then I'm part of the anthology For Yourself, which I'm so excited about that. And I already wrote my entire chapter, so.
Oh, yes. Look, I am not surprised. I am not surprised at all.
And I'm holding on to it, and I got asked to do another anthology as well. So for me, one of my girlfriends told me, she said, Dawn, I know that you probably second guessed it in the beginning about your writing. And I said I did, because I was hearing like words or voices or a voice. Yeah. And she said, but just think about it. She said, I know that you love what you do. She said, but your words will live forever. And when she told me that, it has stayed with me for such a long time. And I'm like, you're right. All of the stuff that I have within me, all of the words that I receive, I have to put them out. I have to. That's the reason why they're being given to me. So, I have a couple of books done. I want to do some coffee table books as well. Based on some of the affirmations and the things that I post on Instagram or Facebook, because I do a lot of that as well. And I'm just trying to get out whatever I can, because it's part of my legacy, and it's helping us grow as just a collective. All of the people, yourself, you've embraced me so much, and I'm so very thankful. So whatever I can do for anyone, starting or in the beginning, in the middle, or just getting everything together, I will be there to help, because I've helped a couple of people start, and it's one gentleman, he's doing super well. And it's just helping each other. That's one thing that we have to do, is just help each other, because these books will be here long after we're gone.
That's right.
And it makes a difference.
It sure does. So tell your story, share your journeys, everyone, because they're not yours. Don't keep them in. Share them so you can impact the others around you and the others to come, because it is truly part of your legacy. So Dawn, for anyone that wants to connect with you, work with you, how can they get in touch with you?
Well, I am on Facebook and Instagram, and I'm under Dawn Gregory. I also have my email address, which is iam@dawnology.com. And if you just want to ask questions or whatever, people that actually I don't even know, but they just come to me, and I said, hey, it's kind of like a life coach, and within writing. So I look at it that way as well. So if anyone wants any information, I am one that I will share how my journey started. I can assist with how things are being done, and just to have somebody to talk to, because I didn't have that. What I had initially was me and the words that were given to me. So now it's with your platform and some other platforms and other people, I'm able to talk about it more and to understand why my journey began the way that it did.
Absolutely. Well, I love that. Look, so she's that writer's coach. She's that life coach for writers. Okay. So definitely connect with Miss Dawn Gregory. If you want to work with her, the email address is here. Also, her Facebook. She is on Instagram as well. So again, Dawn, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for being a part of the Phoenix Fitness Fanatics family. Everyone, we appreciate you just joining us. We appreciate you for subscribing. And you know what? If you haven't subscribed, definitely visit Phoenix Fitness Fanatics Mag 2021.com. Get your subscription and learn from so many amazing contributing writers like Dawn and so many more. So we love you so much, and we'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye. Thank you.